Welcome back everyone to the Working Class Revolt, and an astonishing poll has come out by YouGov today, and it has Reform UK for the first time winning an outright majority. Not only winning the popular vote, not only having the most MPs, but not having to look at making any deal whatsoever with other parties and being the government with a majority, meaning they can vote through the changes that they want to do, and let's be honest, this country desperately needs. But there's one thing more shocking than Reform winning an outright majority, because let's be honest, 6 months ago this would have been shocking, but we've seen the momentum going in Reform UK's where we saw the local elections last week. They wiped the floor with the mainstream parties. Well, on this YouGov poll, believe it or not, there would basically no longer be a Conservative party. The Conservatives, that are down to an all-time low on 120 seats, would drop 100 seats nearly to only 23 seats. Labour would lose 314 seats and be on only 97. The Lib Dems would go up to 89 seats. Let's be honest, that's in the margin of error for possibly beating Labour in second place, who are only 8 seats ahead of them. The SNP would take back control of Scotland with 48 seats, but guess what? The second most popular party in Scotland would be Reform UK, and Reform's majority would be 365 MPs. Now obviously, there's going to have to be a lot of work from now to the election to make sure that the 365 people entering Parliament, most of them for the first time, are the right people to run the country. But I think, looking at Reform and looking at the people they've got behind them, I think they are genuinely now setting up for government. And we're seeing that in some of the policies they're announcing on the 10 councils and the 2 mayoral elections that they won. So remember, Reform, in one election, even though most councillors are split over 3 elections, so that means only a third of councillors was up, Reform UK took control of 10 councils, meaning that they now run them councils and make the decisions. And they've already announced the civil servants must come out the houses and come into work. As a local councillor, an independent, this is something that I think is ruining our country. The civil servants don't work in the town hall. They all work from home, don't answer the phones, and are just running down the clock to get to the age of 55 so they can draw that massive pension from our tax money. They're also saying there will be no more LGBT or Black Lives Matter or whatever else it is, flags flying on town hall buildings or council owned buildings. It will be the Union Jack, just like you see in America, Scotland, Wales, Ireland, most of the countries that are proud of the flag. They've also said they're going to bring the auditors in. They're going to bring the auditors in to see the money that's being wasted by these councils, and let's be honest, the corruption that goes on in these councils. They're going to come in and look, and guess what? When they go through them books, it will be terrifying. There'll be civil servants sitting there now at home, not in the office, absolutely petrified of what is going to be found out. So I'm excited to see these changes, but it comes at a warning. The mainstream media and the elites and the powerful people that control Labour and the Conservative and even the Lib Dems and possibly even the SNP are not just going to sit back. They're going to have the media organisations making stories up left, right and centre. They're going to go through anybody in Reform's background trying to find skeletons to attack Nigel Farage. God knows only what they will try to do, because what this poll is showing is a momentum to Reform. If this carries on, they will next year come second in Scotland. They will win the Welsh Assembly and they will wipe out Labour councils next time, because let's remember Keir Starmer cancelled a lot of these elections where they was Labour controlled. And then what are they going to do? Are they going to sit back and just let Farage get more momentum and win the next general election? So it's important that we keep up this support. You don't have to agree with everything that Reform UK do. I've had some worries as of late, but this is the point. Only one party and one man can make a difference and get rid of the establishment and the two big political parties that ran this country into the ground. Whether it's mass immigration, whether it's illegal immigration, trying to keep us in the EU, getting us involved in wars that we don't want to be in, funding wars that we don't want to fund. The powers to be have absolutely ruined this country. So that's why I want to see a reform UK government, and then we will judge them how they run the country at the time. But not everything has to be perfect to vote for a party. But let me know what you think about this YouGov poll showing the obliteration of the Tories, near enough wiping out the Labour Party and having an overall majority. And also, what do you think about these new policies that are being brought in to the councils, which are now run by Reform UK? Thank you all for watching. Please like, share and subscribe, and I'll see you on the next video.